That's what you do. You buy these clothes that cost me and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on, with a smile on his face.
You just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative, regurgitating the same old, every single day, without the truth. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first two episodes, the second series.
We are on the site of the castle,
and it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
Hi, hello everyone. Just jumped up, look. Just had a shower. Got my barber coming out right after this. So he says, make sure your hair's all washed and anyway, so that's it. I can't do a thing with it. Anyway, good morning everyone. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Albeit that there's only one in the chat. Well, there's more like viewing, but hello Frank in chat, says it. Hey, Edward. It's one of these things, isn't it? You know, where you're looking at films. I've been watching films and some of them are dreadful. I watched a thing called The Surfer. Woeful. Nicolas Cage. I like Nicolas Cage. I think he's a great actor. But this Surfer thing, an Australian thing, you know, it's just in the one place. And you see the deconstruction of a fella. It's just, watch it if you want. Please watch it if you want, but see what you think of it. I just couldn't. I had to watch it until the end, though. That's what I mean. If a film doesn't grab you within the first 10 minutes, that's me. If a film, see, I like films where, you know, obviously everyone does a good start, good middle, good ending. That's what a film, that's what grabs your attention to the end. It's like Fountain of Youth, which you mentioned last week. Fountain of Youth is a really good film, light-hearted film. I'll tell you what I was watching as well, and it was putting years on me, to be honest. And you get this on YouTube, not YouTube, I don't know what you know, is it YouTube? I don't know what you put it on, but anyway, you know, to get YouTube on, I put this thing on. It's got home and it's got all these other things, and then you get to YouTube. But before you get to YouTube, it's got films on that you can watch. And I put this on, and it was made, I think, in the 90s. Yeah, it was made in the 90s, or the early millennium. Yeah, around 2000, 2001, because of a line in it. And it's called The Man from Earth. It's called The Man from Earth. So I was watching it. And it's hard to explain. It opens up by, you know, you see him and there's one of those like open back cars, you know, in America, trucks they call them, open back. and you see him putting things in, and these people visit. He's a teacher, and he's going after 10 years of being in this job. And apparently he moves every 10 years. And some friends come around, his colleagues, to say goodbye. They go to his house. And, they're just talking, small talk. And where are you going, Jim? Well, I go every 10 years. There's a girl who loves him. She says, I love you, Jim. When she's helping him to put things in the back of his truck. Back of his car. I don't know what the fucking called. And then anyway, she says, you know that I love you, don't you? She says, yeah, I know. He said, I'm very fond of you. So then, as I said, it's all small talk, in the house. And they said, well, where are you really going? You've got a good job here. You've got us. We're good friends. We're all friends. And he tells them. He says, I've been on earth for thousands of years. So he starts telling them, they just believe in him, obviously. So it's a bit of a history sort of thing as well, from the Roman Empire, right from caveman. He said I was a caveman. So it goes on like this, So if you watch it, The Man from Earth, I found it tedious, but interesting. I know that sounds mad, tedious, but interesting. But I wouldn't put us on a list of must watch. That's me though. That's me. And then you watch other films. As I said about the surfer, blimey. That did put years on me. If I was in a cinema watching that, I would have got up and walked out. Put it that way. I just couldn't enjoy it. But sitting, in your own home and you're watching it, I'll watch it till the end. As I said, it's about this is the surfer, the deconstruction of a human being. The human being. What else? I watched something else. I watched, what was it? I forget what I watched. Sorry. I think it's one of those films that doesn't grab the attention. If you know what I mean. It's like when you go on YouTube, you see these things, and they're full of clickbait. So this clickbait, you go on, and it's got nothing at all to do with what's going on. If you know what I mean. It just draws your attention, so you go on to see it, and it's got nothing to do with the title of this stream that's going out. That's why I watch a lot of true stories, if anything. See what I mean? Christopher. Hi, Frank and everyone. Hi, Christopher. Hey, mate. Good to see you, honestly. There he is. Like our Edward here. There's loads of footy channels that do everything. Everything. Have you ever seen one of those channels where it says passed away? and you see a major like A-lister there. I always remember for the first time I ever seen anything like that. And it was about Robert De Niro, and I went, fucking hell. I never went on it. I had to go through something else. And anyway, a mate of mine phoned me up as I was going through and just left it. And I said, did you hear about Robert De Niro dying? I'm going back about 3 years ago. He said, go away. He's selling everyone. He's selling his stuff. Robert De Niro said, and he wasn't. It was just a clickbait thing. And it's full of that. It's full of that. And it's wrong. It's like, as you said, Edward, about footy shows. All this clickbait, if you know what I mean. And they put it like, say like that shaky, for example, shaky. It's like that shaky. And it said, Sock goes and sees it, and he scored the other night. And they get onto it. Fuck no. You'd expect. That's why I don't go on these channels. Honestly. The best was David Lynch yesterday, football pundit. And he said, I'm not going to talk about Verts or Kirkers. I'm not going to talk about. I'm fucking talked about them for about half an hour to get to what he wanted to say. Oh, fuck off. See him swearing already. It's frustration, you see. It's frustration. Now, I don't know when I come on here. It leads people on, says it, and you're spot on, it does, it leads you. That's why it's called clickbait. I could say to Jason, put titles on for me, and people look at this. It's like this. Now, I don't know when I come on here and I bing, say good morning or good evening or whatever, I don't know what's behind me, especially on here. The film and TV. There's knowing. And knowing as a story, it's a multiple stories, if you know what I mean. It's multiple. You can take it as what's going on today and how it could end up. That's my concern about this. Fantastic film. Very clever. I like clever films. I just love clever films. And that's one of them. Two other clever films, which is most probably you've seen them, but just in case you haven't, have a look at them. I think they're very, very clever. And one is The Others with Nicole Kidman. It's a fantastic film. It's about a girl, and her two young kids living in this house during the First World War. I'm waiting for her husband to come home. Massive house. Fantastic story. Fantastic actors in it. Great acting. The Others. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Very clever. And also, another thing is another film which is very clever is unbelievable, isn't it? Jesus. God, it's terrible, you know when something goes away and it's all to the. I can tell you he's in it. You'll get it like that. It's the one with Bruce Willis and that Osman lad. He's a grown up now in real life, you know, but he's a kid in it. Brilliant in it. Absolutely brilliant. And two very, very good films. If you haven't seen them, sorry, but you know, I'll come out with the title, as you know the title. I was just going to say, I'll know the title, Swords Bound Together, Sixth Sense. So you've got the others in Sixth Sense, very clever films. Very clever. And that's the type of films I like, you know, unawares. Unawares. That's why I like Hitchcock. Hitchcock is a straightforward film, any film. And it comes to the end, and there's mostly a twist to it. Everyone's seen Psycho, haven't they? So you know, it gets to the end, but the twist is where you see him sitting in the police station or whatever, as him, but he's got his mother's voice, thinking, "Oh, they won't do nothing to me because I'm such a good person." That's the twist. Brilliant. Great music in it as well. The shower scene, frightening. Where you see the detective walking up the stairs, the camera's up there. Brilliant. Camera work, everything, angles. See him walking up the stairs, then all of a sudden you just see this figure coming out, dressed up, and going, and the music, beep, beep, beep. Horrible. So, now there's another, yes, the usual sort, very clever. Very clever, great actors. Great actors in it. Very good. So you see, we can watch films that, you're looking at them and you're enjoying them. And you say, well, there's nothing clever about the film itself. It's a straightforward film. It's a straightforward film. You can do interpretations of other films, you see. As I said, I've always, like last night, I was going on about propaganda. I fucking hate propaganda. I really do. Propaganda should be in the right place at the right time. The right place at the right time. The right place at the right time. But today's propaganda is shocking. It's giving you misinformation. It really is giving you misinformation. And that's why, as I said, propaganda should be in the right place at the right time, like in the Second World War, for example. The propaganda films. But that was for our benefit, our families, not your benefit, but our families' benefit, who have now passed on because of what they were going through in this country, getting bombed and everything else. Seeing the loved ones, in a war. So you had the propaganda, and it gave you the lift, gives everyone a lift during that time. Whether it's a love story, You know, where you see like a soldier and he's going away and he's with the girl and don't worry, darling, I'll be back. You know, all this. The Way Ahead. The Way Ahead's with David Niven. It's a fantastic film. But it gives you all the stalwarts of actors, I'm sorry. You know, people who you recognise from years ago. You see what I mean? And you go, wow. You know, and each individual has like, not a story, but you know what he does, and you know, you become aware of his character. Fantastic. Fantastic. Just about a group of people. Some being called up and some enlisted. And they become a unit. And the camaraderie, you see the camaraderie. It's really a good film, The Way Ahead. And you get it on YouTube. So I like all the propaganda ones. There's one called, I don't know what that's bloody called either, but it's about R.J. Mitchell, who invented not invented, it's a stupid word that, who made the Spitfire a very fast fighting plane. R.J. Mitchell. It wasn't Reach for the Stars or anything. Forget what it was called, but it's great. It's really good. David Niven's in that. David Niven. He's a pilot. He's a mate of R.J. Mitchell's in. And it's a really good film. What I mean, it's a propaganda film, obviously. Propaganda. But it gives the people back then, sitting in the cinema, hope that this plane will do the damage, and it did. Leslie, what's his name? Great actor anyway. He played R.J. Mitchell. And I think I'm losing it, you know. I'm losing all the, the memories gone. And the same fella's in Pimpernel Smith. Pimpernel Smith. You know, it's a take on the Scarlet Pimpernel. And that's a great film. That's a great propaganda film. Get them all on YouTube. Two of my favourites of, these are not propaganda actually. These are just films that, it's just thoroughly enjoyable. One is called The Innocents. Two Young Innocents or something. That's a cracking little film. It really is. About a murder. A fella named Derek Damani is in it. It's really good. Piece of Souls. What's that? Piece of Souls. Is that is that predictive text? I don't know what that is. Christopher, I like schoolyard rubbish films on TV. This includes westerns, war films, spy, and sci-fi. Yeah. Yeah, I do myself. Um, when I used to teach before I retired, I used to come home if I had marking to do, did that, and then go and watch a horror film or a sci-fi film. Used to watch them. I'll tell you a very good film, um, but this is me. Some people might find it. It's a science fiction one, like a horror one. Excuse me. Sorry about this. It's a science fiction one, and it's called The Mist. The Mist. It became a TV series, but this is the film. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. The Mist. A fellow named Thomas Jane. And I'll tell you who else is in it. Toby Jones. Toby Jones. Great British actor. Toby Jones. But you see, it's an American film. But you see other actors who you're aware of, American. It's really good. That's just my opinion. Bill Clopperstedt. Hey Frank, how are you? I'm all right. Still in pain, like, but I'm all right. Get my hair cut later on. Might be a little bit better. Oh, the Anfield. Oh, good morning, you champions. Look at all those. Look, bacon, bacon, bacon. Frankie, I sent you an email. I don't know, I haven't. Oh, go away. I'll have a quick look. I haven't checked them. Let's put in King Charles now would say, the situation's most insoluble. Let's upload. Yep. Upload. Do you know what? That might have gone through the description thing on there. Jason will send it through to me. I'll get hold of Jason later on. Let's see if it's coming. Yes. Nope. Sorry there. Sorry, just making sure. I'm just making sure. Yeah, it'll be sent to the description there, so I'll get Jason. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Anfield, honestly, thank you so much. And as soon as I get it, I'll be in touch right away. If your number's on there, I'll give you the bell, but I won't ring you in the evening because you might be out or whatever, or at the bingo with your missus. I know you like going to bingo and things like that. I'm putting out the washing and I'm taking the washing in. as a good husband does. I sent you an email. I don't know whether you got it, lad, about it. As I said, I'll have a look. Honestly, I'll feel to have a look. I'll get hold of Jason. And then Jason will have a look at, because I don't get them. It goes through to the description thing. And Jason sends them on to me. Barry Eldridge. Oh no, Frank and chat. How are we doing? Bit confused. But we're doing okay. I just watched a great film with my girlfriend last night called Mary and Max. Mary and Max. It's terrible, isn't it? Have you heard of it? Hang on, called Mary and Max. No, I haven't heard of it. I haven't heard of it, Bill, honestly. You know what, I'm sitting off with it. I'm trying to get paid free. Right, it's from 2009, made of claymation. Claymation. Have I read that right? See, I haven't got my reading glasses. Well, claymation. And it's so beautiful. Mary and Max. Oh, sorry, Bill, I haven't heard of it. The plot is around a long-distance friendship that blossoms between two unlikely people, an 8-year-old lonely girl and a 40-year-old morbidly obese man, through letters. Now, that appeals to me. That appeals to me, Bill. I'll have a look at, definitely have a look at that. Because there are things in life where you can communicate. It's like us now. It's like us now, the way we are. Communicate. And when you communicate, you can get to know people, but then again, there's an underlying belly where you think you know these people and you haven't a clue about. Harambe. Wow, what a name. You must be new. I haven't seen you ever before, Harambe. Honestly. Did you like the recent Scouse Gangster series? This city is ours, Frank. No, I haven't seen it, but I will be watching it. I will be watching it. See, I have to have time to watch that. I like short series. The likes of Your Honor, for example, the likes of The Stranger, the likes of, what else was there? Spotless, very short series. I like the series with Tulsa. No, it's just called Tulsa, with Sly Stallone in it. Fantastic series. Great acting. I won't watch any wokeness of things. So when there's a series, that I want to watch without interruption, that's the series I'll watch. The likes of what you just said. Did I say The Stranger before? The Outsider, I'm sorry, with Jason Bateman. Great series, small series. I don't like series 1 and 2 and 3, and at least 10 episodes. I can watch them back to back, right through the day. But I will watch that at Ambi. At Ambi, if you haven't subscribed, or it costs nothing. And could you do it for me, please? Just to get me algorithm up there. Thank you. Ali Moose, where have you been? Where have you been? The corruption in your country is shocking, and this is what the EU does to you. This is what the EU does to you. They did it to Georgescu. Now they've done it to Simeone. It's shocking what they've done. Ali, it's shocking. That's the corruption of the likes of von der Leyen and Callas, women that have done terrible damage to you. They're trying to do a colour revolution in Hungary. They're trying to do it they tried to do it in Georgia. They're doing it in Serbia. It's shocking what they're doing because they want everyone on board with it. The sovereignty is fucking gone. Sorry to swear. The sovereignty of countries is gone. And the EU, unelected bureaucrats, the likes of von der Leyen and Kaja Kallas, want to rule you and everybody else. For democracy. What democracy? There's no freedom of speech. People are in jail for giving their opinions that they don't like it. So with that, they go to jail. It's shocking what's happening. Sorry to go on. It could make a good film, because it all ends up in jail. Where us all ends up in jail. I like the Glenn Miller story with Jimmy Stewart, great actor, says Barry Aldridge, and June Allison. June Allison. The Glenn Miller story. Do you know what, Barry? His voice got on me. Like that lift there. Really annoyed me. And he always plays a nice fella. He never plays any baddies, really. I liked him in, which you get on YouTube, actually. The original Flight of the Phoenix. Great. And a great cast. Flight of the Phoenix. Great film. Great in that. Oh, sorry. Got on me. Oh, I'm sorry there. But yeah, about the Glenn Miller story with June Allison. Rambi. Yeah, it's Stephen King, The Mist. I liked it. Great. To me, there's an underlying theme about it. Rambi, would you agree that the underlying theme is what the Americans get up to and what they're still getting up to today? That's the underlying theme. What I was looking at as well was an old Kurt Russell film called Stargate and James Spader. And you think about The Mist. And if you put those two together and what the Americans get up to, you see what I mean? That's the way I look. I look beyond. You see, you get, excuse me, you get horror films. You really do. You get horror films. And you think, oh, these writers were did he think? You know, I'm talking about proper horror films that they like coming out. You know, these slasher films, and you wonder what's going on in their mind. But I like films the likes of Stephen King. I don't like Stephen King as a person, by the way. I just don't like him. I don't like his politics. But, you know, he does some wonderful stories. But I look at the story that he writes, and especially about the mist. And then I think about what the Americans are getting up to, what they've been getting up to for years. And then I seen this Kurt Russell film and said, I was seeing that for young, so put it on. And it reminded me, you know, or it connected it, you know, the dots to the mist. Good shout that around me. The Mist has a fantastic ending too, horrible, but it says it's fantastic. Get in there. Love that. I love that. It says. Now you've just given the juxtaposition there of good and horrible. And it's like that. Oh, sorry about that. I've got the itches back. Oh, it's shocking. Sorry, people. Even the eyelids get, you know, very itchy. It's terrible. Unknown cure for me. Falling to bits. Get the itches and, oh, jeez. Christopher, key source souls from usual. Thank you. Thank you, Christopher. And as we said, is that a predictive text? Yeah. Usual Suspects. Brilliant film. Great acting. Really good acting. Gabriel Byrne's, but I tell you what's reminded me there. End of Days, you can get on YouTube. It's a cracking film. End of Days. Just watching things yesterday, and then I went, couldn't believe it that it was on. End of Days, with Big Arnie's in it, but Gabriel Byrne's in it. Gabriel Byrne's a great actor. Great actor. So try and get onto End of Days. Edward, there was a, yeah, I know, I won't watch that though. I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch it, Edward. I'm sorry here, people. Jesus. I haven't got my glasses. Daryl. Hello, Daryl. I can't answer you, Daryl. I can't bloody see. The Anfield. No, Frankie, after last week's movie show, I'm questioning some of the lad recommendations. Goodbye, Emmanuel was recommended. Well, I'll say it. It got uncomfortable with me, missus. I never recommended that. And the mother and do you know what? I was there's only one channel I watch, and it's number 82, right? Number 82, Talking Pictures. It's the only channel I watch on terrestrial. Nothing else. I don't like terrestrial. And as I put us on, you know, you put the list up, don't you? Then you get other channels that underneath there. So this number 83 channel, I went, what's that? So I put us on. Okay. Don't put that on there, Anfield. Number 83. Don't put it on after 9 o'clock. God, blimey, it didn't half surprise me. 30 minutes in. Anyway, Bill says, I got so worried yesterday. My grandpa is, oh no, 88, and he can barely move anymore. So it's all for him to keep the morale going. But since I know he loves jazz, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. You know, I say that. You know that build. You know, we all feel. We all feel. It's like if you feel pain, you're alive. If you feel other people's pain, you're a human being. Great quote. Great quote. Leo Tolstoy. Yeah. I'll resend it, Frankie, the email, making sure you've got me phone. Great. I'll come round in the week or to do it. Will you? Will you? Oh, Anfield. Thank you. Obviously, I'll give you everything. You know, we dress and excellent stuff. That's good news. That's cheered me up. Thank you. Chris, Frank, have you watched Reach It TV? It's proper schoolyard rubbish and great to watch. Reach It. I like Reacher with Tom Cruise, actually. You know the films? Two good films. Jack Reacher. But I haven't watched the TV series. I haven't watched the TV series. The IBR. Buona giornata, Franco, listening in while my windows, George Formby stuff. I watched that a few weeks ago now. Ghost Train. After that. He got on me fucking nerves. You know the way he was. Fuck yeah, hey, come on. Come on, Ate. He got on me nerves. Oh, for asking. Sorry about this. Frankie, I love it going to the bingo, and it took me off of your show last night and 3 beers to put an iron and blood on me. Was that after your curry? After she washed the plate? What are you like? Even the IBR sends you beers. See, look, you know, the Anfield to the Jazz. You all right, lads? We're doing a FPL again. Yeah. I'll be doing it. Is it on Tuesday? I'll be doing the draw for this Tuesday. Fuck knows who's won it. Because I haven't a clue about the European, the Champions League fantasy game. No one's been in touch with me, so I'm just going to give it put names in the hat and put one out, and whoever comes out has won it. Leave it easy. MI6, this fella. Goes under the name Vlogs. My fault that, Frank. Just in the Asda while the missus spends the money. I'll tune in when I get back. I said, I was just saying on that, Francine, honest. Yesterday, she brought me shopping. I only wanted a few little bits. Honestly, a few little bits. So anyway, she said, "Oh, I've got to get me mum, a couple of little bits." I said, "Yeah, I'll get them, no problem." She went, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah." So, don't be, I'll get them, whatever she wants. So anyway, fucking, when she was me that, walking around with everything was going in it. Oh, fuck, I'm saying that. She must have thought, "Oh, well, okay, Jazz, yeah, you're going to pay for it." Okay, now. See? Yes, I am raw doing the FPL. Yes, as well, new people joining, so it will be a new pin. Whatever your dad's all about, having a clue, Daz. That's so where Ali the Noose has gone. Having a clue what the FPL, yes, as well, new people. What that is. Daz. Frank, big up, mate. And it's good enjoying it so far. Yeah. Now, Frankie, that mist is really good. Thank God. I recommended it to someone, I just like that, I'm scared of a fuck. It's like talking about Zelensky. Having a clue. Trying to, is there anything there? Anything there? Yeah. Anything. Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? It's brilliant. With a brilliant end. Great movie. Also, my favourite, Frank Darabont, great. I was going to mention him before, but I didn't think anyone has watched The Mist, Frank Darabont's a great director, actually. The Green Mile, yeah, and The Shawshank. So, if you see anyone, he must have known that, yeah, I'll do this. This will be a good film. Frank Darabont. Does. Have you seen the Red Bear? Yeah, he was on last night, I think, or the night before, Does. So he's okay. If that's what you're inquiring about, he is okay. And the umpire says, "Okay, lad, there's one for the..." Well, you're talking about the World Cup things. I say, I'm sorry. And they are, look, the Anfield's told you there, Daz, he was on last night. That's good. I'm glad you're asking, Daz, by the way, about our lads on here and girls. And Arambi, already subscribed, buddy. I changed my name. I was Michael Corleone. There you go. Michael Corleone. Brilliant. Thanks for that anyway, Arambi and Michael Corleone and Ali Denise. I know, Frank. That's when I mentioned about two fellas who went to be president of Romania, Georgescu, Kale Georgescu. Shocking what they did to him. The EU, shocking. Corruption in entire Europe. It says it's all over Europe. You and I are not corrupt. Anyone on here are not corrupt. But it's the politicians that are corrupt. People have no words anymore. Of course they haven't. This is communism. Macron, Ursula Starmer and others are leading the destruction. Behind them are the American BlackRock, the globalists are destroying the world structure as we know. I was listening to Professor Wolf this morning. Brilliant economist, American. You should see the way he laid into the economy. He said to destroy Europe is destroying itself. And America. And he's American. Top jolly economist. That one behind you, Frankie, Knowing is brilliant. Love a Nicolas Cage. Love a Nicolas Cage, really good. Knowing, I've mentioned it before. It's one of the films that you can interpret other things. And my interpretation today about it, well, it's always been like that, is, excuse me, Jesus. Is we could end up the way what's going on today, like the ending day. Think about it. Well, you don't have to think about it, you know. So knowing, I'm trying to think of another one. It's fucking brilliant. Do you remember when I mentioned about clever films? There's two with him. Clever. That's a one anyway. So there's three. That's that. A thing called The Family Man. Not the family, not that Family Guy, animated series, TV series. The Family Man. And you can get us on YouTube. Cracking film, clever. Very clever. And the other one is called Next. Next. That's all. Next. Two clever films with him in. Cage. Nick Cage. He belongs to the Coppola family, by the way. And he changed his name. He kept the C, you know what I mean? He kept the C, Coppola Cage. Because he didn't want to be caged in. with the Coppola thing. You know, he didn't want doors open for him, so we went into the main cage. And he's proven. He's in one of the best gangster ones. Well, there's a few gangster ones he's done. But one is called Takara. But it goes under stupid names on YouTube. But the proper name's Takara. Brilliant. It's really good. Great story. Takara. He's in one as well called Frozen. Is it just Frozen? With John Cusack. I like Cusack as well. And John Cusack and Nicolas Cage. Great. True story. Great. Really good, honestly. So I like the Cage man. But he's made a terrible one to surf. I don't fucking recommend that. Australian thing. Get right there, Mrs. Jason. He's not Australian and he's an American. Fucking terrible. The Ali says, I travel worst time of my life. Like, oh, come on. Sorry for not being active for long. Ali, you know, as I said, we do worry about people, especially like where you are in Romania and all the corruption there. It's shocking. Corruption here as well. It's everywhere. Freedom of speech gone. IVR. The scene in The Mist where the massive fly bites the woman. Oh, that is horrible, yeah. And the film ending is dark. Yes. That was horrible, that. The girl, the young girl. You can interpret anything. Flight of the Phoenix was great. Yeah. Yeah. What a stellar cast. In it. The original one with James Stewart, Tiki Darling Attenborough, Peter Finch. Brilliant actor. George Segal, another brilliant actor. You know, you had all these wonderful Walter Pigeon, unbelievable. Great cast. And Peter Finch, as I said. Acton Down, Canary Wharf. You know, I'm only joking, don't you, Barry? When you say Peter Finch, you've got to say, like, how many George Segal, Walter Pigeon, Daryl Frankie. Are you, mate? Hope you're well, Daryl. Morning, Frank and chat, says George said, late in as I get my shopping yesterday, food shopping. Food shop. After yesterday, so do I. Blimey. Barry. Flight of the Phoenix was great. The bit when Jimmy Stewart was told by Artie Kruger he made model play. Brilliant. Artie Kruger, you know, a great actor. He was absolutely the one that got away, you know, black and white one, where he plays the GM and pilot, and he got away in Canada and crossed the Hudson River where it was frozen over. True story. And he got to America. And he got back to Germany because the Americans were neutral. And he got back to Germany. And the real life fella who he played was killed. You know, went back to being a pilot. And he was killed, unfortunately. And he was in one with Richard Burton, Richard Harris. What was it called? I forget what it was called. But it was when you go to Africa, you know, to the free this black leader. You all know it. I think Roger the Lodger was in, Roger Moore. I was looking at his thing there before I come in here. No, yesterday. And like a little documentary on him. Suave. He was suave. Was Roger. Bond. You see him. He gets off his chair, he's walking along the quayside and he's in his cap. His full, long naval coat. Just looked immaculate. James Bond. Commander Bond. Yeah, that Barry, that was a great film. Flight. Raw, not one club World Cup, but for women's Euros there is. I won't watch women's football. Sorry, not sexist or anything. I will not watch women's football. Frank, I love the old. Oh, he always had Graham Moffat and Maud Marius as a sidekick. Seen the one where he's. It's about smuggling in Cornwall. And the commissioner from Scotland Yard comes down to investigate himself to see what's going on, all this smuggling. And you see the owl fella, not more Marriott, Graham, no, yeah, it was, I don't know who it was. The little owl fella, not the fat fella, but the little owl fella. And he stands there, the owl fella, and the fella's talking, and he puts his head around like that. The commissioner looks at him and goes, "How old's he? How old's he?" The three cops trying to catch the smugglers. Oh, yeah, well, absolutely brilliant, unbelievable. All this film. Boys will be boys. Taz Reynolds, no, you're all right, lad. Don't need anything about women's footy, says the Enfield. Not even talking about that. Hey, Frankie, Barry Lewis has stepped down as the under after 12 years. Well, after last season, I think it was time for the academy overall. I hope they get Stevie J and Jake Colton to edit. Yes, that'll be great. That Barry, he was hopeless, wasn't he? That Lewis, whatever his name was. And we said, didn't we, Anfield, about how bad our under 21s and under 18s are. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing there. Nothing. Absolutely zilch. So you're right. 12 years. What did he fucking do, him? Lewis. The Anfield, Barry Aldridge. My favourite steward is Hitchcock's director, Rear Window. Superb, yeah. Anything with Hitch. Anything. Snapey. I'm being taken to court for fraudulently obtaining goods and services from neighbours' lack of perspective. I've only had a terabyte. Is that a terabyte? Or three since I moved to Spoil Sport. Morning film critics. You shouldn't be sitting in the loft, should you? Mr. Whitefly. Little terabyte time. The Frankie Nicolas Cage. Lord, that's a cracking film as well. It is. It is. Yep. He there. Good actor, he has me. But you know what? Their IRS, is it? Their IRS, he owed taxes. And he's made some he just jumped into films to get money and to pay the IRS. Is it the IRS? You know, their tax thing. I would never fucking live in America. It's horrible over there. You've got two tax systems, which you have to pay in. You've got nowhere, if you're not insured medically, fucking hell, you're fucked. If I was living there, I'd be dead today. But what I went through, what I'm fucking going through now, be well dead. Excuse me. Liverpool, the Jabs. Frank, who is your favourite living actor? I am a big fan of the Oscars. Yeah, Daniel Day. Unfortunately, he so rarely acts since he's so intense in how he plays roles. Yeah. I don't know whether he's going back to acting. I don't know. That's an hard one to come out with. You know, if you look at the likes of Anthony Hopkins, for example, an incredible actor there. Anthony Hopkins. You've got the likes of, if you're looking at older actors today, I don't think you can look beyond Anthony Hopkins. I really don't. You've got the likes of Pacino, Andy Nero. But what, you know, De Niro and Pacino, you can either play. They can either play a detective or a gangster. That's it. Comedies are there. But my favourite actor, there's so many out there. Russell Crowe's a great actor. The likes of Eddie Marsan, for example, great actor. He's a great actor, Eddie Marsan. Try and watch a film made in 2013, Eddie Marsan's in. I don't know how you get it up. and it's called Still Life. Still Life. If you like poignancy in a film, fucking hell, watch that. Still Life. Eddie Marsan plays a council worker in an office. I'll just leave you with that. It's called Still Life. Am I going to sneeze it? Jesus. Do you know what? I don't know where my fucking toes are. I had tissues, you know. It's bloody film. No, a little box of them. So, yes, Abby, I'll give you my answer in a moment. Do you know what? I like Benedict Cumberbatch. And he's proven to me what a great actor he is. Honestly, what a great actor he is. He played a true story. A fella who was duped into by the MI6 into bringing, this is during the Cold War, secrets. Like bringing in secrets from the Soviet Union because, you know, there was a British agent. Well, he wasn't. He was a Soviet spy for the British. And this fella, then so he said, oh, you know, you'll be all right, get it. You know, get the thing, bring it back. I said, okay. Because they were all school chums. Jesus, I forget his fucking name. Giving a lecture about him as well. I think I'm fucking losing it. And he played him. He lost weight. He should. Fantastic acting. Benedict Cumberbatch. Fantastic acting. And I love the TV series Sherlock Holmes. Him and Martin Freeman. I was watching Modern Day. Fantastic. Very clever. Where he did it. Talking about you for weeks. Where's Darwin the ghost? Hey Frank, I just wanted to come on by and check in to see how you were doing. What are your plans for the summer? I hope to get better. I'm waiting to go into Aussie or whatever they're going to do to me. But unfortunately, the way the NHS is, at the moment, you know, I'm still waiting. I went for the MRI thing the other week. I've been waiting for that 2 years, over 2 years. Finally got it through. Went for it. He said, you have to wait now for the results. Still waiting for the fucking results. So I don't know. I'd love to go away. I'd love to go away. But I can't. The way I am. So that's my plans for the summer. Still do these, you know, the podlets. Cody Falls. Hope you're old enough, okay, Frank. Will you be still doing live watching? Yeah. He talked me into it. Cody. And especially with the likes of the Verts coming in. Albeit we haven't signed them yet, that's all. Snakey. I've been in some stellar casts in bygone days. We were intoxicated beyond decency. Poxy Belgian luck. Do you know that Belgium, I don't know about now today, but a few years ago, it was voted the most boring country in Europe. The most boring country in Europe. And Cozy says, I'm hearing we're going to win the quadruple with Wirtz, Kerkez and Frimpong. We need a DM as well. We need 2 forwards if we're going to do that. 3 other players we need. They're going to do anything like that. That's just me though. I'm going to give that Tom Hardy 1-1 a go. Mobland, a very good case. Yeah, along with Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan. Good actor, Pierce, you know. I seen him in a film called IT, just IT, you know, as in tech. IT, watch it. It's really good. It's good. Fucking hell. Hey Frank, do you know the director Fassbender from? I know Michael Fassbender, but yes, I do. Fassbender, yeah, excellent. I love his work. He has such a unique, intense style. Yeah, it's not that, you know, I've watched loads of his films, but I do know about Fassbender. I just watched Veronica Voss and Just Entered Another World. You feel like you're in Munich, 1955. He transports you into the story. That's what I mean about great directors. Bringing you there. Bringing you there. It's like this, knowing, bringing you there. It's like we were talking about The Mist before, with you know, a great director called Frank Carlyle, and he brings you into The Mist. Simon. Hiya, Franco. Daniel J. Lewis in my left foot as Lincoln. And what about, oh, fucking hell, where he played one of the Birmingham Six, or was it the Guildford Four? Filmed at Liverpool. Daniel J. Great actor. Pete Postlethwaite was in, played his dad. Pete Postlethwaite, Steven Spielberg said he was the greatest actor he ever worked with. And Spielberg's worked with a lot of Spielberg. Simon. Hey, Franco, Daniel J. Lewis in my left foot, and I like one of his famous quotes. at some point in your life, if you're lucky, you get to design the way in which things evolve. Yeah. I think, do you know that I'm actually quoted? Hey, little old me. You know, because they have to, I'm talking about university, and so when they're doing the thing, they have to put like, where it came from, the quote. And what I said was, I had to do a thing about migrants from Liverpool to, from Europe coming into Liverpool to get to the United States. I was talking about all these migrants that flocked into Liverpool to get off, including my own family from Italy. And I said Liverpool became the Ellis Island for the whole of Europe. We were a stepping stone to get to America and Ellis Island. That was my quote, so they have to quote me on it. Well, they don't have to, but they do. Flirts. You're not another one of the lads who changed their name. You went under another name. But anyway, flirts. It's words, isn't it? Flirts. And I think you must be one of the old subscribers. But if you haven't, subscribe to the channel, please. Thank you. Hey Frank, I'm new. Oh, you know, I'm sorry I never read your thing. I just liked and subscribed. Bill Clopper statue told me about your channel and how amazing you are. If I wasn't known you were coming, I wouldn't have my ears on, you know. Thanks very much, Flirts. Thank you. You know, we do have a football show. This is a TV, film and TV review. We have a history one. I have a football one. And I'm doing a, which it might interest you actually. And even Bill Clopper's statue's name's going in, and Darwin the Goat. And it's for this. It's a draw. And I'm having it on Tuesday. It's a special football show. Because by the time, Tuesday come, I think the likes of Verts and have signed. Anyway, this is being drawn for. It's the programme from 2019 Cup Final at Atletico Madrid's ground when we beat Spurs 2-0, Champions League final. And there's Mo Salah's autograph. It's the full programme. See? I think. And that's being drawn on Tuesday. Because I had a fantasy football thing for the Premier League, which, the winner could win a watch. A very good watch, by the way. Not a cheap thing. Also, I had this on the Champions League fantasy, but I don't know who's won. I haven't a fucking clue because that just shut down. So I've got that to give out on Tuesday. And Bill Clopper statues going in it. So is Darwin the Goat and all the rest of the lads who have been with me during the season. And he says, Flirts, I'm excited to be part of the community. Hopefully, you're also excited about our new signing, Vert, for 150. He's an incredible talent. And Edward says, welcome. Yeah. Well, we'll be talking about all that on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Flirts, honestly. Let's hope we get Kirkes as well. We need a defensive mid. We still need a number 6. Telling you now. We need 2 forwards. Welcome, my friends at Flirts. I'm glad to see you here. You never walk alone, says Bill Klopp, a statue. We've got great names on here, you know, Flirts. Like your name. And Frank, thankfully, my grandfather is doing better. He just lost his voice, so it's hard to speak. I just put on jazz. He loves Art Tatum, and we listen together. I hold his hand. Do you know what? If you'd have been listening to me the other night, I said the other night, my grandmother, she used to like tour, and I didn't want to take any notice. I'm growing up. Now, you know I'm a historian, PhD, right? Historian. And I'm growing up. I'm a young lad, you know, even, you know, say like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Grandmother, I wanted to go out and play football with my little friends. Then when I became a teenager, when I started drinking and girls were on the scene, I didn't want to be talking to her. She used to tell, I used to grab snippets of what she was saying about Italy, what she was saying about growing up, how hard it was. Do I regret that? Yes. So I'm made up that you're sitting there with your granddad and he'd tell you things about when he was growing up. I seen the Beatles live, mate. The Beatles, mate. Seen them live performing. Not that I could hear them because all these girls were screaming in a place called the Locarno here in Liverpool. Do I tell that to my granddaughter, Sophia, who's 13 this month? Yeah, because she loves the Beatles. It's like your granddad loves jazz. You see how good it is to talk. Don't have a regret, like me, not talking to my grandmother. Only the snippets that I remember. Excuse me. It's like I'm thankful that you told me, you know, a little bit about Little Italy here in Liverpool, where he lived. Good snippets. The rest is regretful, if you know what I mean, because I didn't want to listen. I wanted to play out. And the likes of this, I could go on about this government taking away things from the likes of your granddad and other people, taking away everything. Taking it away from there's 5.2 million children below the poverty, 5.3 million children below the poverty line in this country. And he's taking it away from them too. Besides, besides our elderly who are living in the twilight of the years, they're taking it off them. That's me. You stick with your granddad, you hold his hand, you listen to jazz. Personally, I don't like jazz. I was talking about George Melly, a great person from Liverpool, an unbelievable character, flamboyant, great jazz fella. Talking about him on the history show, and I'll be talking about him next week on my history show Monday. Talking about characters, great characters from every walk of life. From every walk of life. George Melly is one of them. Simon, Richard Burton, Where Eagles Stare and Wild Geese. Yeah, I couldn't think of it. Thank you. Where Eagles Stare was brilliant. With the Burton. Richard the Burton. Wild Geese, very good. That's a film I was trying to think of with R.G. Kruger in. It's great in that. R.G. Kruger. Did he ever get an Oscar? He famously once said, when I played drunks, I had to remain sober because I didn't know how to play them when I was drunk. That's true, that. That's absolutely mad, Simon. And he did say it. The greatest love story ever is between Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. The greatest ever love story. Brilliant. Powerful. Love. Love. It's like that. And once it came in, it exploded. And they had to live apart. But the love remained. The love remained. One of the greatest love stories ever. Believe you me. We did, Frankie, the Academy as a group is bad. Yes, we did. That's the Anfield Road talking about that Lutus fella. But individual wise, they seem to focus on that rather than creating a really good football side. I think what you said there about Stevie and Dirk Kuyt, I think that's a brilliant idea. That I didn't want Stevie to go to Rangers that time because he was doing so well. I think he was with the under-18s, wasn't he? Before he went to Rangers. I wanted him to learn under Klopp. He should have stayed with Jurgen Klopp, Steven Gerrard. The Anfield, Simon LFC, You Never Walk Alone. Great movies, though. Lords of War, a good film, and War Dogs, another one. Yeah, you're right there, Edward. The Marx Brothers. Like in modern day film, I like dry humour. I like Ricky Gervais, for example, and his extras. And what was that other one? The Office, some other mad thing. Life's Too Short with Warwick Davis. absolutely brilliant. Ricky Gervais. The Anfield. Daniel, thanks for the big rating. Thank you. Daniel J. Lewis is being offered the part of Magneto in those silly Marvel franchises. Oh, come on. I thought he won't leave his shoe. Oh, no. Retirement for that. But money too. Is he taking it? Clint Eastwood said, didn't he? He said, I'm going back about 2 or 3 years ago. And he said, I feel sorry for the young actors of today. He said, the scripts are shocking. And what he was talking about was woke. I tell you what, I watch again is the JFK, Cosner and Stone direction. Oliver Stone's brilliant. But why is he being ostracised by, I know why. Why is he being ostracised, Oliver Stone, by Hollywood? Do you have any idea? I do. I know why. A great interpretation of what he felt happened. Love and that one. And I've always respected. Tommy Lee's a great actor. Tommy Lee Jones is a great actor. He's made some fantastic films. He was brilliant in Space Cowboys with Clint. He's great in that. He was great in there's this Old Country for no. Old Country. Whatever, it's a fucking stupid long title. But anyway, Old Country for Old Men, is it? New Country for Old Men, whatever it's called, you know what I mean. Brilliant in that. Javier Bardem plays one of the greatest of all psychopaths. Woody Harrelson was brilliant as well. Old Country for New Men. I'll forget the title. So, hello, this is Chief Inspector. This is a beautiful woman in my bed and a dead man in my back. Did you know when King Charles was a prince, and I showed him around, I do a humorous thing, and he said to me, well, he never said to me, he sent me a letter 6-7 weeks later, handwritten, and he said, in it said, you reminded me of one of my most favourite film characters of all time, Inspector Caruso. He fucking said to me, the letter, because we had a laugh going around. I was very surprised, and really, the amount of knowledge he knew about Liverpool, the city of Liverpool. And I said to his PR, this fella, I said, did he read up on Liverpool coming up last night on the train or whatever? He said, no, he knows everything about Liverpool. I said, really? He said, yes. But I showed him a certain thing in St. George's Hall, and he didn't know, and he was amazed at it. It was the most wonderful thing I'd ever seen. Very, very clever, Frank. Very, very clever. What he said to me. Brilliant piece of ingenuity in St. George's Hall. And he didn't say, no one sees it, I do. I show people. Even showing it on me their DVD, when I did DVDs of the history of Liverpool. George says, Frank, of the modern batch of actors, DiCaprio is immensely talented, outlined by Scorsese in a number of his films. He has been, yes. Marty does not collaborate with bad actors. Yeah, Martin Scorsese. Yeah. There's a little group of them, like Scorsese, Joe Pesci, Pacino, De Niro, all Italian. And you've got one there, DiCaprio. Was I talking about the mafia last night on the current affairs? I'd love to do something on them, a show, a stream. Honestly, I would. Near a man, which became the mafia, the Cosa Nostra, our thing, and why they became our thing. Then you get demonized. I'd love to do something. And Gary Oldman, brilliant actor. Gary Oldman was good in it too, says the yes. Honestly, try and watch Still Life with Eddie Mars. Excuse me. Try and watch it. The answer is, as a thriller, The Fugitive. Yes. 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 Harrison Ford. Absolutely. But didn't Tommy Lee play Lieutenant Gerard? Lieutenant. He stole the show, didn't he, Tommy Lee and that? He always steals the show, Tommy Lee Jones, in anything. He played, first time I ever seen, he played Gary Gilmore, the murderer. And he wanted the death penalty. And then he asked the Supreme Court not to give him the chair or the gas chamber, but to shoot him, firing squad. And he got his wish. Gary Gilmore, Tommy Lee Jones played him. And Barry says, don't know if you mentioned it yet, but Nick Cage, brilliant film, thank you. Barry, Meg Ryan, fantastic film. Recommended, highly recommended. City of Angels. City of Angels. Highly recommended. Yes, thanks for recommending that to me. Mentioning it. It's highly recommended. Great. Well done. Thank you. Thank you, Barry, for that. Anfield says, gone off Cumberbatch since he said some disparaging things about people of this country, talking about immigration. He can fuck off. I never saw in there. There's no Anthony Hopkins anyway. yeah, it's like anything. Um, like certain performances of actors in films. But people go on about Stephen Graham. I love Stephen. Went to his birthday party and everything, and yet there are some very close friends he won't entertain them, and I won't watch anything of him in. Stephen, great actor. He even said to me on the way up to his party, he said, we'd just been to see Andrew Schofield, friend of mine, in a play. So he's walking up Lacey Street to where he's holding his party, his birthday party. This is Stephen. And I said, that was a great play, that wasn't it? He's in a play with Stephen Fletcher, a fellow named Stephen Fletcher, and he's a very good director as well. He was only a two-man play. And as we were walking up, I said, Schofield's great, Drew's great. He said he's the best actor to come out of Liverpool. What he said to me. But I won't entertain any of his films today. Unfortunately. It's only what you said there, Anfield, about certain people. I was 15 when I went to the cinema to watch Westworld with Hugh Brynner. I think James Brolin, he was in it. Thought that was so good. It was an unusual one. He was a robot, wasn't he? See, Barry. Hugh Brynner. Do you know that he was Russian? Hugh. And Natalie Wood. Natalia, I can't pronounce her name. She was murdered there. She was abused, that girl, by her fucking husband, Smoody, Mr. fucking Smoody. He's still alive, I think he's 98 or something like that today. He abused her, beat her up. She got away from him, she divorced him, and then she married him again. He's coming on to her, won't happen again. And a friend said, don't fucking fall for it. Fucking married him again. And I tell you who abused her. Fucking horrible prick, this fella. Never liked him. And he looks fucking horrible as well. Kirk Douglas abused her when she went to her sister afterwards. She was only 15, 16. And her clothes were all disarrayed. Disarray. And she said, he hurt me. He hurt me. You know what he fucking done to her, don't you? That dirty prick. Kirk Douglas. Never liked him. Never fucking liked him. You could tell. I watched the film, and one of my favourite films, actually. And he was brilliant in it, though, got to admit. And it was Paths of Glory, about the First World War, about the French. True story. Paths of Glory, black and white, for the authenticity. but as regards as him, fucking horrible. The Anfield. Malcolm Elias has died. Developed players like Gareth Bale, Walcott, Trent, Harvey Elliott, and so on. Rip. I met him, really good lad. I didn't know that. Malcolm, I don't know. Never heard of him. But you know, rest in peace, Malcolm. Simon. Hopkins, fantastic actor. I love his quote. Relish it. I know that quote. Relish everything that's inside of you, the imperfections, the darkness, the richness, and light, and everything that makes for a full life. And do you know what he said recently? It was last year or the year before. He said, if you're still walking about and you can go to a restaurant, eat the best, eat it. He said, if you can just about afford it. He said, don't sit back. Enjoy your life. Enjoy it. Eat what you want, drink what you want. If you need to go to a destination, go there. And I'm trying to fucking do exactly what he's doing. He said, I can't get to a destination the way I am. I can't really eat everything. Like he said, you know, if you see it and you want it, eat it. Can't do it. I've got to fucking eat certain things. Can't even go to a match, me. Can't go to get. The other night, Bruce Springsteen. I said to Francine, when the tickets first came out, I said, get two. Do you want to come with me, see the boss? She said, yeah, Dad. I love the boss. I said, there you go, me and you. I couldn't go to see him. So she gave the ticket to her cousin. Nice girl, her cousin's a nice girl. You know, who likes the boss anyway. I couldn't go. In the name of the Father, yes, thank you, Simon. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Mad. Frank with the wisdom, says Edward. I wish I had wisdom. Really. Beating out that stage present, says IBM. Yes. Yes, he had the voice to oozed out. I remember seeing Hamlet at St. George's Hall, in the big hall, the main hall, not the concert. And I'm sitting there, you know, everyone's sitting around you. And I'm sitting there like that. And right in front of me, playing Hamlet. And I was just looking at him, just like that, looking at him. And the intensity in his eyes and his face. And he had to be looking up at his stepdad and his mother. They were on the balcony. Brilliant the way it was done. And I'm looking at it. And the intensity of this man looking up. Hamlet. And I said, he's one of the. I've seen Kenneth Branagh. Fantastic. He played Hamlet. Seen him, but I seen him down at Stratford, and I seen this film, and he became one of my favourite actors ever. Alan Rickman. Should have seen him. Great performance. I think that was in 1992. Because I love Shakespeare. Love Shakespeare. Seen some great performances. I tell you, he loves playing Shakespeare. He played Shylock. And he was fucking unbelievable. On stage. He even played it in Central Park. And that was Al Pacino. Al Pacino loves Shakespeare. I'm sorry for all the itching here, you know. You might think I'm lousy, I'm not. It's just that this fucking thing I've got. Do you know what, boys and girls? I might have to finish because I've got my barber coming up. And he's a nice man. Cut me here. Burton, that's it, yeah. Oliver Reed was, I love Oliver Reed, mate. Fucking hell. See, the games. You'd have to do one night, you know, like about these people, stars. I like some Oliver. I like Sir Richard Berry. Unbelievable. Alan Rickman. Freedom, yeah. Hi Frank. Yes, Life's Too Short was not a riot. I thought you said not funny. At least someone has seen it. Someone has seen Life's Too Short. Do you ever remember when he's getting his little Oscar, you know, he has to leave the house? He's climbing up the fucking thing. Oh. And when he gets thrown out the restaurant. And some of the stars in it were unbelievable, weren't they? Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Freedom Jenny. Franco, I used to watch as a kid Dave Allen, the Irish comedian, very, very funny guy. Yes, I'm not afraid of death. I just don't want to be there when it happens. See, that's dry humour. I love dry humour. John Lennon had very dry humour. John Lennon. No Country for Old Men. Tommy Lee plays the cop, says Edward. Yes. No Country for Old Men. Couldn't fucking think of it. Yes, City of Angels is astounding. Did you know Nicolas Cage is related to the Coppola family? Says the Frida. I've mentioned that before. I did mention it when we were talking about Nick Cage. Must have been before he came on. And he took the name Cage because he didn't want to be caged in with the family, but he still retained the C. Coppola. Cage. Yeah, please. Nicolas Cage was brilliant in Con Air, yeah. And John Malkovich. Cusack was brilliant as well. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I love all this. Simon. Carpe diem, quam minimum, credula postero. And there you go. Our Simon is saying this. See, the thing is, with everything else and, you know, the star status and whatever, and it's there for posterity. I think we all have to be grateful for something in our lives and what gives us something to talk about or whatever, rather than fucking wars. As films, whether you like them or not. As these actors. Get a mullet, Franco, says IBR. A mullet? You should fucking cut. I'm supposed to have my head bald and all this. Oh. I might have to do that one day, unfortunately. You what pisses me off? David Beckham getting, oh, fuck that. I don't even want to talk about that fucking prick. More distraction. Yeah. A man that worked for UNICEF then took money from Qatar, country with terrible human rights law. Oh yeah, that's worth a night of fuck off. Yes. I never saw he did. Interesting. Didn't know that's why he chose the name Cage, yeah. He didn't want to be caged in with the Coppola thing. He didn't want to open doors. That's the Cage. He didn't want to open doors. The name Coppola didn't want to. He wanted to try and do it on his own. True that. Freedom. Joe Franco. Thank you for another great show. Enjoy your weekend. Catch you up Monday. Yes. And on that wonderful note by this wonderful fellow and all you other wonderful fellows, no women on today, did you notice? We could have talked about anything. Could have called them for anything. But we're not like that, are we, boys? I love you guys. You're so funny. You all look after yourself. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. And the Anfield, great show, Frankie. I'll speak to you in the week, lads, about thank you so much. You've made my weekend, you know. You really have. Anfield. And on that wonderful note from Simon, from the Anfield Row, from everybody, Christopher Everett, thank you for keeping little me company. I'm going to get my hair cut now. Simon, I won't forget that. That'll be right there and then. Right there and then. About that. Brilliant. I'll do it. No problem. Thanks for reminding me, Simon. Great show, Franco. Take care, says the IBR. And there's a thumbs up. Christopher. Have a great weekend, Frank, and everyone. Look at all them say. Look. See, I always get my fingers stuck in the ear, you know. It's horrible. Fucking hell. I'll have to go. Okay. Hopefully I'll see you Monday. Cheers. Thank you. I'll have to try and get this out. Start screaming in a minute. Thank you.